I loved it when you could tell that someone was disappointed by the person that they got.
It was like...
I just think it's called Strictly Come Dancing, not Strictly Come Journey. I didn't care about their journeys. I want to see the good dancers.
I don't think Strictly is a curse scenario, but it highlights the problems that are maybe in your personal relationship that are there.
Jill, I'm allowed my opinion.
You are. Most certainly are.
You're being filmed, you're being mic'd 24/7. Everywhere you are is being filmed. Like, that was a safety net for me.
The world could burn down and Strictly would still be there.
Well, I do think it's lost its shine a little bit. But
So-
she does need to get those nerves in check because she was literally moving with nerves.
This is Showbiz Fix, where the Sun's Showbiz team gives you the inside track on our biggest celebrity scoops and lay out the lowdown on everything you're loving this week. Today we have got a showstopper of a special episode for you to celebrate the star of Strictly Come Dancing this weekend. And we're joined by none other than dance floor legend AJ Pritchard, which is very exciting.
Thank you very much.
AJ, it's been 5 years now.
That's crazy.
since you left.
That is actually madness.
Do you get FOMO?
I think for me, it's always about putting my time and energy into stuff. So if I'm putting my time and energy into a project, I don't get that FOMO. But sometimes you do see it and you're like, actually, I would love to choreograph this dance to this song for this theme. That's the part that I sometimes like, oh, that'd be really cool to do it, because you can really kind of have that opportunity in your head. And you're like, I visualize this. And then the Strictly team, the behind the scenes, they bring it to life. And I do love that.
Yeah. I always think as well, even for us, Strictly sort of forms the backbone of our year.
100%.
You know, summer's over, then it's Strictly, then it's Christmas. Are you now sort of missing that in your life?
No. I think that's probably the one thing that people don't realize is when you are a professional, you start that kind of, to be honest, towards the end of July. Like, I'm working from the end of July into usually the 15th, 16th of December. Then you do a pantomime. Then you do the arena tour. Then you do your own tour. Then you do the pros tour. And then you start again. So it's kind of like, for us, it would be like consistently you're always working. Yeah. And sometimes you're like, which can be quite a good thing sometimes. You're like, oh, sorry, I've missed that birthday or missed this thing, because like I am working. And this is the only one time when somebody goes, oh yeah, I understand, but can I have tickets or something? There's always like a sweeten the deal scenario.
What are all the dancers going through right now? So it's the week of the first episode. What's happening in Strictly Land?
I would like to think, because it was done differently when I would do it, you kind of see the show where we'd be partnered up and you'd see live on TV our reactions, good, bad, indifferent. And that was kind of like, that was the point where we were like, okay, if I'm partnered with X, it means I'm probably moving to where they live. And does that mean they're working, or does that mean they like, and can they do the tour in January and February? Am I going to get paid more money for doing that? This was the discussion. Whereas now I feel like it is, okay, you've got your partner in your head, you know your routines, and you just want to kind of be more relaxed and not get too stressed, especially for the new pros as well. How is that element? It's kind of, everything's new. And I think that's kind of exciting to have that new element, because it makes it fresh for everybody, not just the dancers and the celebrities, but also the crew themselves, because they're such a big part of it.
I loved it when you could tell that someone was disappointed by the person that they got.
You see, you know, yeah, it's true.
I do miss that a lot.
I was always happy. I'll say that. So I was always like, this is brilliant. I can't be happier. So I was never in that boat, thankfully.
Has anyone ever kicked off because of who they got?
One time there was like, I think we may need to refilm this moment, because it wasn't the reaction that maybe
Can you do an example of their reaction then?
It was like...
And how would you overcome that though? Because whichever side it was on, once you've seen it,
because,
like, how do we go
exactly,
back
because everybody's seen it. The audience, the pros, the celebs. You can't hide. We're British in one aspect. We're not very American sometimes, where we smile and then, or we want to throw a fit for a reason. We're British, and we're kind of, okay, that's just happened. How are we going to deal with this now? Let's just, a bit more excitement. Maybe they didn't hear it correctly in the very loud studio. We'll find something else.
Just imagine afterwards them going, so you didn't seem that happy? Like when you go up to a little side room, oh no, I was, it just was a surprise.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when we remove the mic afterwards, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so awkward. Well, should we dive into this year's lineup?
Yes.
Is there anyone on there that you think, oh God, I'd love to be with them?
Oh, I don't know. Like, seeing the lineup, I think everybody's energized. And I think one thing is kind of good. Maybe this isn't with the female celebrities, more with the male celebs. Like, there's so many athletes. And I think that's great because great on one side because they have that mentality, they're willing to work hard. But on the other side, if you've been trained to sprint straight, left, right, it's going to be very hard for you to actually try and relax the body and actually take in new information.
Yeah.
But for me as a pro dancer, there's a couple of names. Obviously, I feel like Vicky Patterson would be jokes. Like, she is a great person. She's lovely. Like,
Do you know Vicky?
I know her. We've done some podcasts before, but not like super personal. But like, she's one of them people that you'd meet for 2 seconds and you feel like you've known her for your lifetime. And I think having that skill as somebody on TV and podcasts is really going to help on Strictly. Plus,
She's from the
you just
north.
want... Hey, you said it. I didn't say it. It's so true.
We're so
Northerners, so friendly. And I feel like she's going to throw herself into it. And I kind of... The same with like... I feel like Danny Dias. She's smaller. She would be a great fit in my height scenario, being 5'7.5". But I think most of them are going to give it everything. And I think that's exciting to kind of know that as an audience member. You sit down, you just want them to give it everything because you know that they only get that experience once. Plus, as an audience member, most audience members that I know, they would give anything to kind of jump into the ring and kind of go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. What I think is the thing that we always talk about is who's got dance experience. Oh my God. Do you think it matters?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a dance show. If you've danced before, you're going to be better. Like, anybody that says not, okay, bit of BS there. Like, at the end of the day, if I'm being brutally honest, the way the show is run now, for me, as a priority, to make the final, I need to make sure that I'm not in the bottom 2. And even if I'm in the bottom 2 with my partners, I would always say, we're going to be better than the other person so we can still make the final. That's how I always prepared mentally for myself personally and my partner. But at the end of the day, we're in the UK. Like, we love to see the word. I hate the word journey, but I love to see a journey that it is. But dance experience, it's a dance show. It's going to help. Like, we're not stupid.
I just think that sometimes there's such a backlash, though, isn't there, to the people like Leighton was an incredible dancer.
Alexandra Burke.
Another example.
Ashley Roberts. I mean, she's a pussycat doll. It was kind of laughable then that she was competing on Strictly. But I think I know that Danny Dias got previous dance experience. And when we interviewed her at the round tables, she was saying, look, I did lessons as a kid. I promise you I'm not a ballroom dancer. So yeah, but you're right. Maybe it gives them an unfair...
But I think them 3 names you mentioned, did they all make the final?
They did.
Winning.
Yeah, but they didn't win though, did they? They're not going to actually lift the glitter ball.
I know, but
because people want the J word. People want to see the progression, I think. But you want to see some. I personally want to see good dancers.
You want to
from
see
the
some good
start,
dancing, yeah.
But I don't think they
anybody
ever
that says they want everybody to be... I was going to use the wrong word in my head then. Anybody that wants to see non-dancers from the beginning, it's going to be a pretty boring show week 1 to 6. Like, you need to have good dancers. And the same when you see other TV shows like Dance on Ice. You kind of can't have everybody being Bambi on Ice from week 1. Like, it's an entertainment show at the end of the day. And I think we all appreciate that.
Yeah. You want some good dancers. You want some people who are going to eventually come out of their shell. You want some who are terrible at it, who improve within their remit. Like, you just want that mixture of all of them. But yeah, I don't think having dance experience from the start gets you the win.
I just think it's called Strictly Come Dancing, not Strictly Come Journey. I don't care about their journeys. I want to see the good dancers. So I'm probably in the minority there, but God. So they'll all be backstage now, happy, hopefully, with their pairings. Who do you think might be paired with who on the lineup?
Oh, I try and think of this as like a producer hat in my head,
do.
like because
Height as well. You must be out looking at some of the heights.
Height's really important, especially for the male pros with the female celebrities. But we can still kind of mismatch a little bit. But I kind of think like choreographically is what I always look at, and personality-wise, like say you've got Katia, like you know that it's going to come out fiery, and she's willing to take the risk when it comes down to lifts. So in my head, I'm like, okay, who's strong enough to kind of like be able to throw in the air and a bit crazy like her? And I kind of feel like Harry with that energy, like Nitro, like I kind of feel like that sort of person, like them sort of pairings make me excited to be like, okay, where can we go with this? What are we going to do? And I think that's what I kind of want from an audience member and as a producer.
So Thomas Skinner is like a big guy. So you sort of see someone like him. So he will be really good at lifting. I think he's played rugby. Yeah. So you want to see him with someone like Jawita, because she's also got that kind of Katia edge, hasn't she? I know you didn't dance on the same series as her, but she seems to have like a bit of fire in her belly.
Plus choreographically, I feel like she's great at moving quick, getting around him, even if he's a bit kind of like stood there and a bit fixed, let's say, we can still make that look good with a lot of
one
smoke.
of the tricks?
A lot of when you start seeing the dry ice getting pumped into the room and the sets get bigger and the girls get quicker and moving around them, you're like, I think there's some distraction trying to happen here.
Obviously never happened for you.
No, never.
It does make me laugh though when that celeb just rooted pretty much to the spot and then they're just dancing around them as much as possible. And they might do a very basic little bit of salsa, but then the rest of it's just the female twirling around. Like, you've got to do what you got to do though, haven't you, to just get through those first few weeks and hope that they can improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think sometimes we don't kind of take into consideration, like, it sounds awful, if they have a real job or if they don't have a job at that time, like, are they giving all their time and effort into a show like this? Because the one thing with Strictly, physically, it's so demanding. Like, you could be rugby or golf or sprinter, but when you physically get to a level where your body's like, I need to rest, but then we don't take into consideration mentally. Like, for me as a pro with my partners, if we're going to train for 12 hours today, if it gets to 8 hours in and I can see that her brain has just gone and she's not taking in any new information, you kind of just have to be like, okay, we got to a point today, we need to sleep on it, and then we'll come back to it tomorrow. And that's why it's really important when it comes down to a Strictly week. Try and learn the routine as quick as possible on a Monday, even if there's tears and it's not going right. It doesn't matter. We start here, we finish here, the music is correct, and you kind of can slightly visualize, and then we can clean that up as it goes along. Because to get more sleeps in with you, the better it's going to be every single time, because then you can relax.
What were your tricks for when someone was struggling to learn or energy was low? I'd reach for Haribo personally.
I think it comes down to more like, all of these people's journeys are going to be fantastic. They're all going to have a great time. The pros are going to take care of them, I would like to think. It's about understanding how, okay, we've got 3 different people here, like all of you, all happy, nice people, but you may have different reasons why you want to do the show. You may have different things that are going to help you push. Like, are you an ex-athlete? So I know that you need to be pushed harder. You need to have that kind of goal in mind. Like, it's a sprint. How are we going to visualize our dance as a sprint for you? Or if you're somebody who's more emotional, you have to take care of them. And maybe we need to bring the family in that week and be like, okay, let's build the support and show how you feel like you've got a team behind you. You don't feel like you're on your own. Or if you're somebody who's like, okay, I need to just get the information in my head, so I will film all the female steps maybe for you, show it you, and you just need to see it and copy it. Because some people, it's like, how does your brain work? We're all unique and different. It's about the sooner you can realize how that person consumes the information, the better the result it's going to be. And that's what kind of sometimes the pros misinterpret that. But for me, that's what I always love to do. Understand my partner and how can we achieve like this fantastic goal at the end. The sooner you do that, the better the performance is going to be.
So what happens if it's Thursday night, Friday night, and they've still not got the steps? Panic stations.
There's two things for me. Let's take it's Thursday night and they've not got the steps because I don't think they're going to be able to achieve this lift, let's say. In my professional state, I'd be like, okay, we need to change this lift. We need to change something like immediately now. So therefore you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Not so professional me thinking like, this is going to look awesome if we get this on the night. Let's just build the confidence. Let's just think you're the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah. We've got it. We've got the stamina. You've already performed. We know it's getting good. So then by the time we get to Friday, like, this is amazing now. Like, you've got it. Like, even if we haven't got this lift 100%, let's not do it. Let's just save our bodies. On the night, I will have enough adrenaline and enough energy to do this lift or to make whatever we need to make happen. And I'm going to make you feel like your dress is amazing, your makeup's amazing, everything's amazing. Like, we've got this, we do it, it goes well, all's good.
So you were psyching them up the whole time,
I'll psych them up. We'll go on a roller coaster of a journey. Like, Monday's a bit sad, Wednesday's probably really sad. Thursday we start building up. By the time you get to Saturday night, I will be doing everything in my power to make you feel so relaxed, comfortable, and you can literally take over the world. I
can see why maybe, like, you know, we think about the Strictly curse, and maybe some of your partners may have thought as viewers that they were falling in love with you.
Yeah, I think it's really, I always had this kind of mentality. If we're dancing together, if I'm being paid, maybe not in my contract contractually, but me as a person, if I'm being paid to literally make your experience the best experience it can be, I'll hold the door, I'll carry your bags, I'll make sure your taxi's there on time. If you're someone like Saffron who forgets her shoes all the time, I'll always have a spare pair of shoes ready to go. Saffron Barker, the influencer I was partnered with. Like, you know the traits of the people you're with, and you have to learn very quickly. I can understand why the person maybe, let's say there's a crack in your relationship at home. We're definitely going to freeze thaw that crack, and it's going to, I don't think strictly is a curse scenario, but it highlights the problems that are maybe in your personal relationship that are there. You just now are much more aware of them.
God. I mean, back in your years, AJ, it was pretty much just the curse that was the sort of main scandal in Strictly.
Yes, yeah.
But in recent years, obviously, things have become a lot more scandalous. Just thinking about the experience that everyone's having backstage now, how will the chaperones being in the training room affect things?
Yeah, it's a really weird one. Like it's up. First of all, it's upsetting that this is the case that it has to be, because I'm a professional. It's my career path. I know what I do. I know what I'm good at and bad at. Like I'm honest with myself. But for me, my safety net has always been, let's take Claudia Fragapani, my very first partner on Strictly. I didn't know what I was doing. It's new to me. Like, thankfully, actually, Brendan Cole was very nice. Like, he took care of me, and he was like, okay, this is what happens each week, and be prepared for this. These are the good things. These are the bad things. Like, roll with it. But the one thing that was always a safety net for me was the two people who are always in the room. Training is filmed 24/7. They're really nice camera guys. They're always there. It kind of feels like you don't look at them, but you know they're there, and we go to lunch together. But knowing that everything is being filmed is that safety net. Like, are you crazy to do something silly? Like, you're being filmed, you're being mic'd 24/7. Everywhere you are is being filmed. Like, that was a safety net for me. So to have a chaperone and a camera and somebody recording something else, like, it's crazy now. That's a lot of footage.
Yeah, but people still did things that wouldn't have come across as well, which is insane when hearing the sort of measures that were in place.
I can't judge certain things because obviously I wasn't in the room. I haven't seen the training footage and I don't know the position. But for me, like, it was always about having the best time because I love my job. Our partners, they love what they had to do. So we are just, it's that positivity bouncing off each other. And it's upsetting that some people have had, obviously, a sad experience and it hasn't gone the way that their Strictly journey should have gone. But at the end of the day, like, you can't, Strictly is a fairy tale. It's fantastic. It's a massive machine. It supports so many people up and down the country. Like, I always felt like a public servant. Say if you're like, we'd visit hospitals at Christmas and it was like knowing that my 90 seconds made that person forget about all their troubles in the world was such an honor for me. And you can't really, one or two bad characters in a scenario can't reflect the overall thousands of people that make Strictly happen.
I think that's what we generally think about the show as well, don't we? Like, as journalists, we know it's a really positive show, don't we?
Yeah, and almost, I once described it as a cockroach, which I think's actually a
Rewind.
compliment.
Okay. Yeah. Well, okay.
To me, it's a compliment because the world could burn down and Strictly would still be there. Because I don't think...
Okay.
Interesting analogy.
I don't think that anything knocks the shine off Strictly.
Oh, see, I disagree. I do think, and I'm a massive Strictly fan, and I still generally do love the show, but I do think it's lost its shine a little bit. Doesn't stop it being a huge success, doesn't stop seeing incredible routines.
Did it lose its shine 5 years ago when I left? Is that what?
That was the day. That was the day that happened.
I can't do everything.
Just, there's a little bit of something gone from it, ever so slightly.
What do you think, AJ?
I think, upsettingly, I would love to see more British dancers on the show. We're in the UK. I'm proud to be British. And there are so many fantastic boys and girls out there that would love that opportunity. So really kind of regionally, it would support the country that we kind of are proud to be. And like, I would love to see that personally.
Yeah, God, that's such a good shout.
Yeah, because there's Amy as well.
Amy's Welsh.
Amy would be Welsh.
We haven't got Kevin
British.
from Grimsby anymore.
Kevin's done no.
Kai
Lauren.
Widrington.
Kai,
Lauren, yeah.
Neil, Lauren.
And Neil gets overlooked most years anyway.
Neil, unfortunately, he's a great guy. I absolutely love Neil. And
He's a great
unfortunately, he doesn't have a partner again.
No.
Or, yeah.
Would you ever go back?
I do love the show. I can't do everything, but if the opportunity was there, I'm somebody who, like, I feel like you know me as much as I know myself. I love opportunities. Whatever TV show it is, I just say yes. I love challenges.
I'd love it if they got you and your brother Curtis on to kind of compete against each other, because
that'd be good.
They did have Kevin Clifton and Joanne Clifton competing against each other, but they've never had two brothers. That would be interesting.
Oh, you've set the seed, set the seed, all of it.
This would be a way for them to shake it up, wouldn't it? Almost like Strictly Battle of the Dancers.
It would be brilliant. And plus, the one thing with myself and my brother is, like, I'm 5'7". Kurt's 6'3". We would be catering to two very different female celebrities, so that kind of works well.
And he did the Irish version, didn't he?
Yes,
of the show?
Curtis did the Irish version of Strictly Come Dancing, and he also travelled the world representing the country, dancing ballroom and Latin, and he did all the ships doing Burn the Floor. So he's got an extensive dance career as well.
And he showed off his moves on Love Island as well.
Yes, they did show off their moves. Good or bad, Scarred for Life, I don't know, but they were definitely memorable. That's it for sure.
They were.
Yes.
What I always like about Curtis is he's just unapologetically himself, isn't he?
This is the thing. When Curtis first went on Love Island, and this is why he was so good on that show, he'd never watched a show. Like, legit, never watched the show. All he knew was it'd be in the sun, I'd get paid a little bit of money, and I get free food. And Curtis wears his heart on his sleeve. And that's what's so good. Like, as you said, he's just unapologetic. Like, in a relationship, that is exactly him. And you can see the people on a show like Love Island that know the show now and try and play the game. And because Curtis is just straight to the point, sometimes I'm like, no, just lie. Just a little white lie would make everybody happier in this scenario. But he can't. He's just honest.
I still watch those breakup scenes between him and Amy. He absolutely gets rinsed, doesn't he? They are like iconic scenes, though.
Certain
I
things
loved
will just
you.
always be there. Literally. And myself, Curtis, we get on well with Amy, and we do now.
Yeah.
Like, but them scenes, wow. I think that actual behind the scenes that's never been reported, I think that was like a 4-hour conversation, argument, discussion, heated debate that was snipped down. So I think at that point, you can tell they're both at their wits' end. And it's like, anything to get out of this moment right now. Sunburn, maybe had a glass of alcohol. Eating too much. Yeah, it was painful watching.
God. What are you up to now, AJ?
Myself and Curtis and business partner, we are really focused on, a bit like with Strictly, we always wanted to help people enjoy the opportunities. So we're focused on now financial education. So we're building a very different arm in our kind of opportunity of TV and more so business side. I've always wanted to develop an app. So we're focused on financial education, allowing people to invest in the UK and really kind of fit a kind of niche of. We did this talk the other day, and it was like, how many people have played the recorder? Put your hands up in the audience at school. Yeah, we've all played the recorder at school. Still have no idea why. But how many people actually got taught financial education or investing?
No.
Zero.
Zero.
So we feel like we want to fill that gap, and we want to do that through Fint. It's FINT. You can go on our website, check out all of our terms and conditions and what we stand for as a company. And we just want to be able to kind of give back and help the UK, because right now we feel like there's a lack of it. And that's very upsetting for us. Like, we go on to Strictly, Love Island, all these TV shows. You sign these contracts. That was my first ever contract. First ever payday was Strictly Come Dancing.
Wow.
And I read the contract. And then I remember in a very small part, it was kind of like, just pay a tax. I was like, what's tax?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I'm good with numbers. I'm very OCD. But like, we should be taught this in schools.
Did you see that they've changed the terms and conditions on Strictly this year? So
No, I haven't.
You know the amazing bit where, Ruth Jones comes out as Nessa and reads out the terms and conditions.
Through the curtain.
So now all of that has changed because you can't ring and vote anymore. It's all on an app. So there has been uproar about uproar because obviously all the older voters want to pick up the phone and do their vote the
I'm a
old-fashioned
celeb
way.
do the same thing.
Yeah,
and
they
Yeah,
did.
it's just like it is alienating an older audience, which is like still a big part of Strictly, I think. Like, my mum and dad have phones, but they wouldn't know how to download an app. They'd be ringing me to get them to try and do it, and I don't need the extra phone calls. But like, I just think it is alienating a large portion of their audience. I do think it's a shame.
I think if you're lucky and you have a family that kind of protect your grandparents or talk to them, like for our granddad, like we make sure he's got his iPhone, he's got it on the biggest font possible. We download the apps for him. He follows us on Instagram. He invests in Fint. He loves being forward with the times. But I do agree with you. It's quite hard for the people that maybe don't have the opportunity or the family around them to actually buy an iPhone in the first place. And to actually like teach them, like, okay, I'll do it for you, granddad. I'll pop over. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think that Strictly, I guess this is them moving with the times and that sort of thing. Do you think it needs to keep fresh, or do you think it can just stay as it is and everyone will continue to love it?
It's a hard conversation to have. I think at the end of the day, we're very British and we like what we like and we don't like what we don't like. If you keep the format the same and really focus on the basis of ballroom and Latin and the stairs and the 4 judges and the score system, I think that needs to never change. Like, they try and change it in other countries and they always come back to the same format and they try and chop and change. Stick to what it is. It's a beautiful wheel. It works. We don't need to make it a square.
I like the contemporary dance though. Did you have a contemporary dance in your year?
Yeah, I was the first person to ever do contemporary, and I did it with Lauren Steadman. We tried to portray a story which allowed her to kind of grow, reaching for that gold medal, and it was quite an honor to do that with her. And Lucas McFarlane came in as a choreographer to help me, because it's not what I know
hard,
personally. I think having them extra stars is great. We see it in every day. Every advert is dancing now. Every music video, concert, this dance is what it's about now.
But it's funny, isn't it? Because I feel like sometimes when the judges are judging the contemporary, they don't like it. They often mark them down. There's been I think Will Mellor got marked down. A few, Michelle Visage got marked down, didn't she? And I think it's because she went out on a contemporary. You're disagreeing with me.
Well, Michelle Visage was amazing, but her couple's choice, that's what we're talking about.
That's it.
She did the Vogue thing and it was a risk because
Blackpool, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was like, it just wasn't quite the right way, and that's what did her in.
It didn't hit in the
was
room.
fantastic, and it just didn't seem to work. But I do think I don't think they do enough of the 4. I think there's 4 dance styles they can do. They always seem to pick contemporary or like the hip hop street dance, and like you overlook the sort of theatrical one. And I actually can't even remember what the other one is.
The jazz side
maybe.
of the way.
So I think they should maybe be a bit more that they evenly distribute what kind of style. Because like this year, for instance, Harry did that kind of thing on the Christmas special. Lewis has a hip hop background. So he'll absolutely nail that. Guarantee that's probably what he'll do as his couple's choice. And he'll absolutely boss it. But you don't want to get used to seeing everybody just doing a bit of hip hop each year. I think it's nice to see like Faye Tozer did a theatrical one and it was incredible. And
Fantastic.
I just think you need to see a bit more. There was 4 of them. I feel like they've just focused on 2. And I think it is nice to see all 4 maybe a bit more frequent.
On that note, though, do the producers ever come in and say, look, you can't do that? Do they ever guide you on your choice?
When it's very hard, like, because there's been so many years of Strictly, like you could say, okay, I would really like this song and this outfit or this concept. We're like, well, we did that 10 years ago. And we're like, funny enough, I don't think the audience is going to remember 10 years ago unless it was absolutely awesome. It's replayed every single week. And I think that really is quite hard.
Yeah.
So yes, there is that influence of, okay, it's week 1. We're all doing a ballroom Latin, and week 2 swap over and vice versa. So sometimes you don't always get what you would love to do. And that is a little bit annoying. I will say that personally.
Do you think it should ever go back to how it was in the first series where they literally half did one ballroom routine, so maybe half did a waltz, and the other half did, I don't think salsa was in it, was a samba, and then you could directly compare the celebrities. Do you think they should ever throw that back in, just like we're saying about maybe keeping it fresh, like hark back to the archives maybe, and bring something out, because it was a good way to see, oh, well, that was a good samba, or that wasn't so good, or that was a really good waltz, their posture wasn't as good. To, like, as a viewer, compare. Do you think they should bring anything like that back? Or do you like that they all do different things?
I think I like that they do different things, because I think it keeps it entertaining as a show, especially if you sat there for 2 hours and then first couple of weeks it feels like. But I do agree with you. I think, like, as the weeks progress, maybe when they have that, like the jive-a-thon or the thing, I think that's why you can have the same dance in everybody, because you can kind of directly compare. It's always hard, isn't it? But I think as long as within the dance itself, you've got X amount of bars of like actual pure core dancing, and maybe a little bit of an intro, a little bit of break in the middle, and a little bit at the end, but not that it's like, actually, how many bars of waltz have you actually done? Because I didn't see a lot.
How long were you flying down from the ceiling before you even started?
I think I'm going to have to kind of scratch out a couple of points here, because it's not really waltz anymore. It's more of a float around.
Oh no, not the float around. Have you got any goss on the new dancers, Alexis and Julie?
I personally don't know them. I saw his Instagram. I think he likes a triathlon, that's for sure.
Yeah, he did an Ironman.
And hats off to that. Hats off. That's madness. I've signed up to a marathon next year, and I'm a bit scared about that.
What's it like in the Strictly camp when new people come in and immediately get a celebrity? Is there not a bit like you should probably try and earn your stripes?
I don't know. I came in and got a celebrity straight away.
I think it's a great idea.
No, I think it comes down to what's best for the show, I think. And if somebody's coming in and has like a great energy and choreographically they can produce and really kind of give it their all, great, go for it. Like, it's out of the pros' hands, isn't it? Like our pay grade ain't making them decisions.
No.
Not even close.
It's carrying people's shoes for them and
It's
all
true.
of this
I
jazz.
Yeah, but the newbies have both got like good experience. Like Alexis, she's been on the US one in group dances, so I think this is the first time she's going to have a celeb
and then she
partner.
won So You
And she
Think You
won
Can
So You Think You
Dance.
Can Dance. And then Julian's been on Australian Dancing with the Stars 3 series running, so he's very used to the system, I think. But obviously Strictly is still the bigger version, I think. Like
Yeah.
Stefan Dennis said at the round tables, he was like, he was never asked to do the Aussie one, which is ironic because he's a Neighbours legend, but he was like, I sort of knew what to expect, but not because Strictly's on a whole other level to like the international versions.
Oh, we're the big daddy.
Because the irony is actually some of the people that do Strictly in the UK then have the opportunity to then go do it in their home country, whether it be like a lot of Australians kind of do it there and they're like, well, you've done the whole of it in the UK. I was like, oh, they're paying me to do it. I'll go and enjoy it. My 2.0 version.
Oh, I just love it. But what I'm really keen to hear from all of you is we're going to mix up our usual bin and binge, and we're going to do our Strictly centric win and whinge. So who do you think's going to win, and who do you think's going to be the whinger, the troublemaker, the one ruffling feathers? AJ.
Oh, straight away. Okay. Hot seat. Win. It's a really hard one. I haven't seen them properly dance. I don't know who they're partnered with. I'm gonna go for Vicky Patterson. And I know it's controversial because usually I would go for a guy because there's a lot more female voters on Strictly and they can raise the heart rate. So therefore they pick the phone up. Well, they can't do this anymore. And they tap who they're going to vote for. When it comes down to a whinge side, I do think Tom Skinner is going to be an entertaining one with the judges. And I'm sure some concepts of some full English breakfast will appear in there at some point. I wonder who he's going to be partnered with, but I think that could be an entertaining partnership.
Yes.
You guys met him, didn't you, at some of the interviews and things? How did you find him during those?
When I interviewed him, he really turned on that charm and that charisma that he's known for. You can see why he can sell ice to Eskimos. You know, he has really got the gift of the gab. So I think...
Yeah, and I don't think he'll be going anywhere soon.
Yeah,
I think he'll be like a full-on, like,
Dark
all the
horse.
way. Yeah.
I think that he'll charm the Strictly audience, and you know, when he's kind of in his element and he gets going, he's great television. So yeah, but actually, to answer your question, Flick, my win is also going to be Vicky Patterson because she was so upset. And I don't know if you found this at the round table.
She was a bag of nerves.
She was crying because she really struggles to learn the moves. And I actually struggle to learn dance moves just anyway. So I really saw where she was coming from. But I think she'll overcome that, going back to your journey point. And I think that she will win the audience over because let's not forget, she is the queen of the jungle. She won I'm a Celebrity 10 years ago. And I think she's just really humble and authentic.
Well,
so
she does need to get those nerves in check because she was literally moving with nerves. And I think if she can't get a handle on them when it's a live show, that might be her undoing. But I really hope she does because I really felt for her. Like in that 6 minutes we had to chat, like I mean, obviously she's from the Northeast as well, so I'm going to like her anyway. But I just think she has had such a career progression already that you get to see her in so many different lights. But I just think she needs to get a hold on that. And I do worry, I don't want her to overwhelm her.
Yeah.
But if she gets a hold on that, I think
good partner. Yeah, hope that partner
she said,
really allows
She said
her to
the partner is calm and that'll help her. So
Ooh,
whoever
there's a tip for everyone.
So yeah, partner's calm.
Yeah.
That's what she needs. So I think hopefully she'll be all right.
Okay, who's your whinge, Hannah?
Well, mine is the first ever drag queen on the show, La Voix. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So she is going to be a handful. She's already said to me in the round tables that she's complained to the costume department because their sequins and wigs weren't up to scratch. So I think she's going to be very entertaining to watch, but I think she's going to be a handful backstage. They do not what they've got them. They don't know what they've got themselves into with La Voix.
Interesting. Okay, Jilly, win.
I think maybe Ellie.
Brilliant. So Ellie Goldstein.
Yes, because she's just infectious. Like when she sat down, she's so bubbly, so fun. She's so cheeky and she's planning to be cheeky. She's going to be cheeky to the judges, cheeky with her partner. And I just think the viewers are going to absolutely love her. And like, I can't wait to see what she can do. I think she's bringing something new and people like to see something new, I think, like with Chris last year and things like that. I think we just like to see people show what they can do that maybe people don't expect. And I think she's going to just sum that up, but she's just got such a personality and just seems so fun, and even just in that little short time with her, I thought people are going to absolutely love you, and I think people will really get behind her.
Okay. Flip side, who's your whinge?
But she might be that as well, because I think she's going to, you know, if you say behind the scenes,
Pushes it a bit too much.
I think she's going to what she's going to say to the judges. I think they're not going to quite know what to do with her, what she says to them. So I think she's going to ruffle feathers in a fun way. So I think, she's both, I think.
Nice. We love it, the balance. So my winner is Lewis Cope. So I know that he was obviously the stand-in that got drafted in after the Game of Thrones guy had to leave through medical reasons. But I think never underestimate the soap vote.
Kelvin Fletcher.
He's a looker. And we know that the mums love that. He's a nifty little mover. He has got a dance background. But I think the 2 points before that will overcome the prejudice against the dance background. And I know a few people that know him quite well. And apparently he's just pure, lovely vibes.
He seems really nice, really down to earth, dead chatty, also northern, so, you know.
Jill, I'm sensing a theme.
Well, there's 3 of them this year. There's 3 of them this year. At least 2 have to make the final. But no, he did come across really lovely. I think he'll have the moves. I think he's got Kelvin Fletcher vibes because he came in at the very last minute.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed it with that Samba week 1, ended up winning. So I think, Lewis.
He was showing off some pretty impressive guns as well, actually, at the press conference. Yeah.
He most certainly was.
The gun factor.
This sums up the scenario where the votes are going to come from. Okay, I see where it's going. Okay. Do you want to change your winner now? Is there going to...
Maybe. But the people that the celebs have mentioned that they think could win, if that's of interest.
Yeah.
Harry was named.
Nitro.
Yeah, good old Nitro.
I feel like we're all sort of overlooking him because he was on Christmas and didn't win Christmas, but
See, I didn't see the Christmas
great.
one, but I literally went on social media and I was like, this guy's jokes. Like I had instantly a positive vibe. And I
He's
think
so
that's
good.
kind of
Yeah, he's really
half the battle sometimes. You just want warmth.
Yeah, he came across so well, but I think they were saying he's got moves. And then actually they did mention Vicky. Jimmy mentioned that Vicky's good, and she was playing it down. It's like, no, I haven't. And he's like, yes, you have. So they were the 2 that, when we asked who do you think's the dark horse, they were the mentioned.
Who's your whinge then?
So this is based more on a hunch than anything
I
else.
thought you were going to go for a full list then.
Stefan, only because he is coming into this having been, I read an interview with him where he said, like, you know, if you were on Neighbours, you were like a rock star. And I think he has no idea what he's got himself in for. If he doesn't get the marks he was hoping for, it might not land quite right. And people stopped watching Neighbours a while ago.
Ouch.
So he might not have that fan base that he thinks he might, because let's not forget Neighbours got cancelled twice. So
Yeah, but
I'm a bit, it's not got the
Was
Emmerdale.
it cancelled just for him, or is this just an overall
but he is a soap legend. Like,
Jill, I'm allowed my opinion.
You are, most certainly are. But I do think he will ruffle some feathers.
Jill, just because he's not Northern doesn't mean...
No, but I do think you're right that I think he might ruffle things, because I think some of the stuff he was coming out with, I don't think you've got a filter. I think he might just drop a little clanger here and there, and everyone be like, what do we do, or whatever. But he seemed, again, well up for it. Good fun.
right,
But yeah, I
well.
think your hunch could be on it there.
I'm intrigued now.
We shall see when Strictly starts on Saturday. So that's your Showbiz Fix for this week. Let us know your thoughts on this year's Strictly down below in the comments. And remember, you can get all the latest entertainment and celebrity goss from us when you subscribe to The Sun Showbiz on YouTube. And you can listen to Fix wherever you get your podcasts. See you next week.